welcome back to another episode of the Randomizers podcast. I am DJ, and of course I'm joined by my co-host John, aka Mr. Cake Dragon Man. And we have another special episode again today for, I don't know how many episodes in a row that it's been that we've had guests, but today we have another special guest with us this episode, the good Pastey boy, Pastey.
Why, hello.
Hello, Pastey. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah.
Well, first, would you like to introduce yourself to anyone who is watching or listening?
Sure. So for anyone that doesn't know who I am, impressive. I don't really know that myself either. So I mostly make YouTube videos with my friend Salty DK Dan. Have you ever seen any of his videos? I'm on all of them. I'm the dude with the little beanie and sweatshirt character. That's me. Yeah, that's mostly what I do. What I'm known for is like co-pilot of the Salty DK Dan channel, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's I still think like you guys are still iconic, like along with the stuff that he does too.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but I don't know.
Pastey, you guys are like the fucking the randomizers because we were friends and we wanted to do YouTube videos.
Wait,
I think
Cake,
the thing is,
Cake, you cut off. All I heard was you are the.
Yeah.
Damn it! I hate my life. It's happening again. What I was going to say was that Salty, Gerber, and Pastey, kind of the anti-version of us because we wanted to do YouTube and Randomizers has like 400 subs, and then because of the fact that you guys did on a whim, immediately catapulted y'all to somewhat success. Not success still, obviously, but I think you guys are like a good version to that time.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about that, at least, is a lot of the success that Derek's channel has been experiencing. Salty Derek, I don't know, he uses them interchangeably. Whatever, I'm gonna refer to him as Derek. Whatever growth that Derek's seen on his channel a lot really has only happened in the last year or so. So it's something that, at least for me, doesn't really click in my head. Like some of the more successful YouTube videos that have hit like 1 million views. There's the one that we did on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid comic, which like blew up and was completely unexpected. A lot of those videos that have come out over the last year have just kind of been, I guess, like a working culmination of stuff that Derek, myself, Gerber, and several of our other friends have been working on for a long time. I mean, Derek's been he just put out a Q&A video in which we answered a lot of like basic questions like this. But just to reiterate, for anyone that hasn't seen that, like Derek, Gerber, and I have been posting videos through Derek's channel since 2014, roughly. So I mean, it's taken 5 years of posting random crap to really, I guess, find something that sticks. And it seems like we have a knack for making reaction videos to god-awful content online. So really living a life, but yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, I think you guys kind of did service to the whole reaction kind of content just because you're not taking it seriously. You're just literally just reacting to it, and with Derek and his editing, literally the best content that's currently on YouTube as of right now, in my personal opinion. And it all depends on the chemistry y'all have with each other.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Part of your answer dropped out, but
yeah.
I did hear mostly that, like, I guess kind of the gist of what you're saying, at least, is that the basis of the stuff we do isn't like taking it seriously, which I definitely agree with. Like, the one thing I think I take away from any of the stuff that we look at, that even if we kind of seem we're riffing on it hard, we're not doing it in malice. So even if, like, the good example is like we reacted to Mike and Melissa, which, if anyone's not seen that, it's this video that some dude in college made for like a animation assignment of more or less his self-insert character and this purple skunk girl that becomes his girlfriend. It's very it's gross. It makes you feel uncomfortable watching it, and you even know that we riff into that really hard. It's not like we're not making attacks on the creators of any of the stuff we do. We're trying to do it in fun, especially because there's a lot of fun in seeing some of this crazy stuff, like just finding like the weird nooks and crannies of things that are like people have uploaded onto YouTube is very weird. It's very weird sometimes seeing that kind of how insane people can be, I guess. and
it's pyrocynical.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I think, and to your point of Derek's editing, I do have to say the key to all of it is Derek's ability to edit. And there are some videos that honestly, after we recorded them, we were like, this is unsalvageable. We can't use this. This is garbage. And Derek still manages, through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and like long nights of work and stuff, manages to turn stuff around into usable things. Like good examples the one where we reacted to that dude going on a tweet rampage about Star Wars or whatever. That was just supposed to be like a warm-up video that we were doing, like, yeah, we're just gonna look at a couple tweets just to see, and it just blew up into something much more. And Derek was able to like salvage it and put it together into something coherent that really worked.
I honestly thought that was really weird. Just seeing that video, just like, how is there someone like this that like that?
I know
their main target for some reason is people who watch Star Wars. Like what?
Yeah, that entire video in and of itself was it was weird to do, because it went from, oh, this dude's just making a really, really awful joke about, he's like flexing how rich he is because he doesn't watch Star Wars or whatever. And this 75 tweet long thread goes into him like, I'm a world famous kickboxer. I'm hawking like self-help DVDs so you could become a genius mastermind at capitalism or whatever garbage he was trying to sell there. It was insane. And then it was like hitting the point in which it was like, how serious does this guy think he's in with this Star Wars stuff? It was very uncomfortable to go through, because it felt like almost stream of consciousness. You have no idea what's going on in this guy's head, but it seems like whatever you're reading in these tweets are like, yeah. So, something that I think I've learned through doing all of this is that both YouTube and Twitter, no one has any clue what the hell they're talking about at any given time, and sometimes that produces the absolute best stuff to react to, I guess. Like,
yeah, that's true. And like, I could only imagine that like the further the years go, that some of these people will actually look back. Like, I don't even know if this dude would even like have that experience, but it's just like they look at their YouTube or Twitter in the further years, it's like, did I really do that? Like, why?
Yeah. I think everyone could do that, but definitely for some of these more insane stuff, I feel like people are gonna try and turn around and distance themselves from that a little bit. I think everyone has that, but some I think more than others.
Oh yeah. Man, so is there anything else that has been going on that you would like to discuss and shoot the shit about? Because this...
Yeah, so when we're recording this, like, or at least earlier today, and this is again gonna reiterate, I don't watch a lot of like popular YouTubers, so it's something that I have very little knowledge of. So this is something that I'm assuming you guys are probably be able to fill in on. But Pro Jared is back in the news again for some godforsaken reason.
Oh, really?
Here we fucking go.
Yes.
Oh.
So at least in my understanding,
Let's talk about it.
I don't have the best knowledge. I'm not going to watch his goofy video, but he uploaded a video onto his channel earlier today, more or less saying that you've been lied to, and showing off like screenshots of chats or whatever, disproving all of the stuff that happened to him. I don't know. I don't care. 4 months ago, I had to see that man's meat in my timeline, and I don't want to have to think about him anymore. So it's...
He looked like he had a fox penis.
I don't... It's so gross. It's so gross. And the fact that I know that is so troubling to me. So the fact that the fact that he thought it would be a good idea, you know what I'm going to do? 4 months later, I'm going to come back and disprove all of these people. It's just, yeah, I don't know a lot of more nuance, and I'm not going to make any comments on like the overall thing, because I just don't know enough. I don't want to say something that's blatantly wrong. So
with me, whenever it comes to like a controversial topic, I like to stay as far the fuck away from it as possible
Yeah.
until both sides of the story come out.
Exactly.
And then I'll make my opinion on it. Hell, I was in charge of making one of the I edit for The Right Opinion now, and I was actually in charge of helping out with the editing for The Right Opinion. That video is now unlisted, which video for The Right Opinion. And other than that,
You
we
are
did a lot of
cutting off
research
more now.
on Hey, gamers. Give me 1 second.
oh.
I swear, like, this happens a lot. It's mainly because of, like, the way his internet is set up. I remember, like,
Literally,
the episode where we recorded,
which
like,
pissed me off even more.
the episode when we recorded where he was just glitching out entirely throughout the entire episode. Like, his family was in, and, like, they were just using up the Wi-Fi, so it was just really hard to understand him, but it was hilarious.
I think there's definitely something in and I know this at least from all the recording that I've done with anytime Gerber's been in a video, because his microphone up until now has sounded like he was talking into a tin can. So a lot of audio distortion or people dropping out in calls or whatever adds such a deep level to how funny I think a recording can be. That reminds me when one of the other videos that Derek and I recorded, the one that we did with Robo Buddies, that was actually when we actually sat down and recorded that. That was actually the second time we were approaching the material, because the first time Derek's computer more or less shut itself off. So in order for me to get, and he couldn't reconnect his internet either. So I had to like patch my cell phone with Discord open to my microphone so Robo can hear Derek, and then I had to have speakers playing Robo's voice into my phone. So, and it was this most jury-rigged setup I think I've ever done to try and record anything. And like it's actually kind of amazing how awful it really is to try and record with people online sometimes, because a lot of these unforeseen circumstances are going to pop up constantly. Like, especially trying to record with Gerber for the last 5 months. He was in Japan, so his ping of 500 and him talking into a tin can created like the least, what am I saying here? Like it was so terrible to record with Gerber sometimes, just because it was so awful trying to get his setup to work.
Oh my gosh. I agree. Like, those moments are just, they're like the rare things that can happen that just make anything more better. Like another example is like the beginning of one of our recent episodes where we had oh man, I forgot which episode was it, John, where you just like I think it's with Kaiser, where like you just completely like dropped the call in the beginning of the episode, and
no, with Kaiser Neko I completely dropped for like 5 minutes, and then I came back and I was eating spaghetti, I think,
and we were
spaghetti.
And we were both
like, fuck, I'm gonna
like
record this podcast.
We just both look on Discord, and we're just like, where's Cake? Where is he dead? And then like you're just texting through the chat like, I'll be right there. Then
I'll never be a part of the Team 3-star now.
Then, and speaking of like other random moments of recording with others online, I'm going to like, you guys can quickly talk and stuff while I quickly put my dog outside. And then I'm just gonna be like walking in just like, hey, I'm back.
Oh no.
So I'll just be right back.
You're gonna leave me alone with a guest? Oh no, this has never happened before. And this is also the first time I'm legitimately talking to... I can make a complete ass of myself. Think, Cake. What do I do? What do I say? Joseph, if you're watching this, please put reverb when I'm talking right now. You like jazz?
You know, I don't actually listen to as much jazz as I would like to. I do like jazz music, but I don't listen to it enough.
Okay, I just walked back to jazz music.
Like, fuck. Never do that again. I can't talk to a guest. I asked about fucking shit.
You ask a lot of the questions, John. I don't know why you say that.
Because I'm not alone, and you're basically my filter at this. It's very offensive. Thank God he said something about jazz. Imagine if you asked me about something else, I'd be fucked.
Just pull out a B movie, I guess. You're just like, you like jazz?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's...
Though, in all seriousness, Pastey, you fucking another love in media, correct? You are a photo boy.
Part of your question cut out.
Yeah.
Can you just re-ask that? I'm
photography.
sorry.
What's you in photography? What's it about? Do you like doing it?
Yes. So I'm not a classically trained photographer. It's something I do in my free time, but I do really enjoy photography. I mostly do photography of like landscapes, so buildings. I lived outside of New York City for 4 years, so I did a lot of photography of the skyline. Photography, different animals, that type of stuff. So, there's a bunch of different things that I enjoy doing with the photography. I wish I did it more. I sometimes find myself like, I'll go outside and take funny pictures of whatever random animals and stuff are in my backyard, and then conveniently forget to pick up my camera for a month. So yeah, it's something that I enjoy, and I wish I did more of it. The one thing that I do find a little disappointing actually is I find that it's actually difficult to find people that enjoy doing photography online. Actually, a lot of my friends that I've met online have always been like digital or traditional artists, or writers or that type of thing. I've never found somebody who's like a professional photographer, like photographs for like.
If anything, I mostly see that in the cosplay. People are really good at photography, and then they use that to get work with like cosplayers and stuff like that. Mostly on Instagram. That's kind of where
I don't use Instagram at all, so maybe that's my reason for not meeting anyone. But
that could probably be it, because Instagram's like all about photography and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these filters. I'm saying this from very far away because it's very hot in my recording space, and the only air conditioner that's on is like off to the side.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like that the central air in my house has like, it doesn't have like a temperature gauge in any room, so it's just like whatever temperature you set it at. And my gigantic PC is just a glorified space heater. So sitting here sweating my ass off like an idiot. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Does sound very uncomfortable. At least you chairs. Whenever I edit a video, which is almost every day because I'm a fucking neat. Whenever I edit a video, I sit down on the comfortable, super hard to sit down and focus on kitchen chair that I usually have. That's like made entirely out of steel. Sitting down in that so much, and I use that so much in the day. The nuts and bolts come down and come out of the fucking chair.
Dear God.
No.
Squat down, get a fucking the thing that the Tommy Pickles use, screw.
Wait, what?
I have to screw it back in and sit back down in my uncomfortable chair. Even when I get a pillow, it just doesn't work. I first world problems 2019. Please donate to my Patreon so I can buy a fucking chair.
I mean, you need more than that, my dude. You need to move back here.
Moved back to El Paso, Texas, then my entire income would be fucked. The sad part about and a lot of work for like independent people here, because in El Paso there's not really that much to do.
I mean,
the only YouTubers there is that one man who does the nature videos, you guys and him.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but
No. When I say him, just close up to my face.
Oh God.
Like ominous music playing.
And now it starts with me making timestamps of where to edit.
Please, you haven't done that Kaiser video, and even then, you only did it because Kaiser was
Yeah, that's yeah. So
whole podcast.
so that's a thing that we've mentioned with our guests is that like since I edit most of my videos, Cake does like a couple of them. I mostly like edit the podcast of where it needs to be edited, but um throughout the videos, my friend Alex, who is also in some of these videos, he has like this thing now to where he always like timestamps me whenever he says penis or anything penis related. I have to add the Johnny Test whip crack noise. So he's even done it in podcasts and even gave a couple of our guests the penis pass just so I need to put the whip crack in like everywhere when they say penis.
Excellent. Well, I will refrain from utilizing that to make your life editing a little
Pacey,
easier.
you don't have
So,
the penis pass. Only Alex can give it to you.
well, I'm making the executive call. So,
Listen, just because Salty bought our channel doesn't mean you have the jurisdiction to
Wait,
fucking...
I didn't get any money. What the fuck?
He bought
yeah,
our
tell me about
channel
it.
for 100% of the profits. We don't make money off of this shit. We're doing this voluntarily.
we get paid in thumbs ups and pats on the back.
Just next time you see Derek, tell him I didn't get my my thumbs up on PayPal.
I will tell him exactly what you just said because I heard all of it and it didn't drop.
To me, it almost just sounded like
Professionals
to me, it almost just sounded like Discord just censored him from just saying fucking thumbs up. So all you hear is just thumbs up.
That's great. It's perfect. I fucking love my internet connection, even though I literally just fucking bought it yesterday. God.
What service provider do you have?
John?
Probably with
It's Xfinity. So
yeah, I was just about to say it's probably Xfinity.
Oh, it's notorious now.
Sorry, Xfinity. Guess I'll never get that sponsor. I don't even know if internet providers sponsor YouTubers.
No, I think the only thing close to that would just be VPNs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about how sponsoring works because, at least from what I've heard from Derek, it's any company will approach you. Do they sell like growth and like male enhancement pills? They'll approach you to like shout them out on your anime channel. Like there's no rhyme or reason, or
Yeah.
vice versa, where Derek's approached with like, "Hey, do you want to shout out our anime network? We don't make anime videos. No." Like, it's just,
Fucking, the thing is with me, I would definitely be interested in doing a sponsorship of basically anything and everything, just due to the fact that A, it would be really fun to just shit on that fucking because of the fact that it has nothing to do with my channel, and B, I need to make money to provide for my fucking family.
And you know what's weird?
It's a very sad life I have.
What's weird is that like the three main products in question that a lot of people get as sponsorships would mainly be shaving products, underwear, and VPN services.
all three key human needs, right up there with food, water, and shelter, is VPN and a shaving cream, as everyone knows.
It's like boy howdy, I sure do look back in life now in my cardboard box of a home, and now I'm seeing that nothing gets me more happier than just waking up with a fresh pair of underwear and a clean face, and just making sure that my internet is safe.
Well, I might live in a box, but at least my internet is protected by NordVPN.
Exactly.
Hold on, kids! Don't you hear the bell? It's It's time once again some bullshit ads. Today's episode of the Garbage Podcast is sponsored in part by Diet Inca-Cola. Do you like Coca-Cola but want it to be gold? Diet drink? Well, fucking drink some goddamn Inca-Cola. Literally the best soda in the entire goddamn world. I'm not even lying when I say this. I legitimately like Inca-Cola. I'll talk about it. Pastey, what do you think of this new brand of Inca-Cola made from the Mayans in Peru and this other garbage? What do you think of the
It's
product?
really great. My internal organs haven't been the same color since. Thanks. I don't know what you said because it dropped out half the time.
Inca-Cola, you stupid bitch.
It did it again, but awesome.
Sir, what do you and it's many great flavors such as normal and diet.
Diet normal?
Hey, go to your local flea market in Peru or Florida and buy some Inca-Cola today. Inca-Cola, god damn it, this drink's so good. Why the fuck? And that's our sponsor.
I just spilled fucking Coke on my lap.
Oh.
It's because how convenient that you actually happen to make a fake ad about a Coke cola, and I just happen to have a bottle of Coke right next to me.
Yeah, it's Coca-Cola's getting back at you for sponsoring their competitor product, which obviously means it's much better.
Right.
With such great flavors as normal and diet normal.
Exactly.
No, Inca-Cola legitimately is one of the best sodas out there. Like my entire family.
Wait, that was real?
This isn't a product. This is not a product placement. It legitimately is one of my favorite sodas, and it was actually the last time I get sentimental, but I remember I didn't drink Coca-Cola at my dad's funeral.
Oh.
I said
No.
retract your Don't worry, you don't have to feel sympathy for me.
Aw. There, I reversed it. There you go.
But
John? Nope.
yes.
Oh,
What's
oh.
wrong? What's wrong, Silver?
You just keep cutting off and pausing still.
It's me, just cutting up and pausing, because it's all I'm good for.
No.
Shout out to Xfinity for this excellent Discord call.
Another
Thank you,
sponsorship
Xfinity.
from Xfinity.
Great job, Xfinity. Keep up the great work.
So
I would say if the internet worked at all.
Oh man.
Great job, team.
And it sucks too. It sucks too because we pay extra for like faster internet, but at what cost? T on the WWE network if Xfinity doesn't work. No one likes wrestling. Joke.
I mean,
I don't want wrestling. Sorry.
It's fine. No one does, and I keep the person that somewhat is a mark is fucking Kaiser because he knew what I was talking about, but just didn't want to say anything.
oh, the fresh air.
It's usually what I say when my pants are down. Oh, the fresh air.
So, I guess like a thing to talk about is, I live in a desert. I work out in the hot sun. Even in my recording space, it's hot as hell. And when I'm streaming or recording anything, I always just like randomly walk over to the window unit and just finally cool off. It's not fun. I can't wait till fall comes at least. If that is not,
Yeah.
it's not even that hot.
I actually legit lived with Silver for quite a while in El Paso, Texas. But when we moved out, there's the one thing I don't miss about El Paso. Okay, there are many things I don't miss about El Paso. How boring it is, how every entire area is just a fucking desert, and how some of the people there are weirdos. But then again, I live in Florida, so that's kind of a given.
I think the main thing that's good about this place is that we don't really get natural disasters around here. Like,
That's true.
Like straight up. Hold on, I'm moving back to the microphone. Straight up, I remember when I was younger, there was like a huge storm. Well, like it was like a decent storm that was going on where I live, and I was out with my dad as he was getting a haircut. And of course, these places they always like to have like those small hang 'em up TVs, and
Imagining your dad with
And
long
so
hair
on
covering his
the-
face.
on the TV, there was like the weather report was showing, and I'm just trying to remember how this all went down. But like on the weather report, it showed like the full like map of Texas, and it showed that there was a hurricane coming off from the Gulf of Mexico, and it was coming towards where I live, but as they showed like further on as the news went on, the hurricane like went like close like inward to Texas, and then it just like completely steered off the opposite direction. I'm like, wait, excuse me? Like what?
Yeah, I think that happens with hurricanes a lot.
Oh, guys, someone obviously used the dual monsters, so the hurricane can go somewhere else.
Oh,
Oh, it does remind me of all those like Facebook group memes that would always be like, let's all put our floor fans on the beach to blow the hurricane away, or like,
Yeah.
how about
something like
let's all shoot our guns at the hurricane to scare it off, or stuff like that. But there's just something that I've always loved about how all those goofy Facebook groups for any event, like some of my favorite ones are there's this running series that somebody made about stealing all 10,000 lakes in Minnesota, and it was like cartoonish and like put all heavy rocks in the bottom of the lake so no one can steal all of our lakes. Coming in the middle of the night with a big truck and putting all the lakes in the truck. It's like, yeah, it was really goofy stuff like that. It's there's just something about it's so dumb that it makes me laugh. Same thing. There's another one with like stealing the giant bean in Chicago. Like,
oh my god, that I've seen. Like another
Yeah.
one's like, let's put a giant blanket on the giant bean so it could be warm during the winter.
yeah, like stuff like that is just it's so dumb that it makes it absolutely hilarious to me. I think my sense of humor is just so warped that laughing at something as goofy as that it's like top humor for me.
Like it happens, but
Was like the Area 51 thing also that?
oh my god.
I'd say maybe only because it blew up to the point in which everyone was like, we're all gonna storm Area 51. Like I think it blew up too quickly for it to be like on the same type of thing. A lot of the other ones are like goofy Facebook pages or whatever. This other thing was like the dude who thought it up was like interviewed by a bunch of newspapers and crap, and like like, oh yeah, that whole thing was insane. I still definitely think it was sometime in September, I think they set the date, right? There are definitely dumbasses that are going to be there.
Literally.
September
Ahead.
21st, right?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I don't remember the date, but I really, really do think there are going to be some morons that are going to attempt to storm a covert military base in the middle of the desert, and it's going to be great. It's going to be epic.
Well, making use of it isn't like helping either. We're just gonna lower the population with less and less. I mean, I guess get rid of this. You know.
Hold on, I am actually looking it up, like when this was actually scheduled.
It's gonna be so crazy. I can't believe that there's gonna be so many dead people.
September 20th at 3 a.m. What the fuck?
Yeah. So we got at this point about 3 weeks. 3 weeks until everybody's gonna have an epic time with all the aliens at Area 51. Who's excited?
They're gonna be Naruto.
My wife.
I love how it just cut off on my wife. See that episode.
I just want to talk about the fact that military people looking at a goddamn slideshow about what a Naruto run was.
I have seen that, which is just
I'm
oh
so
god,
angry.
that's when you know something got too real. When you have to when you got like freaking Air Force Air Force soldiers that have to sit through a PowerPoint presentation about Naruto. Like just oh god, oh reality it's not functioning right.
And like, imagine like what the dude had to actually like, say to the rest of them was like, all right, man. So they're gonna be running like this, and apparently it's gonna make them more aerodynamic when they run.
Legitimately does the run and everything to showcase what the fuck they're talking about, and it's just mind.
All I heard,
It's
like,
just so crazy.
Pastey, did you hear the cutoff the same way I did? I heard mind pee.
That one I didn't hear because I just didn't process that at all. I'm gonna take your word for it though.
For some reason,
All of you.
I heard mind pee on my end for some reason.
Mind pee.
I mean, yeah, it is mind pee. All of this that's going on the internet is major mind pee. You may have heard of brain farts, but how about mind pee?
Liquid coming actually out of the orifices of my brain, out of my ears, and onto the ground. It's mind pee, everybody. It's mind pee, ladies and gentlemen. How gross that is.
Do any of you guys actually know how like it all started of the things that like saying that Area 51 is holding like alien related stuff in there? 'Cause-
I mean, I think a lot of it is obviously it's a lot of conspiracy theory type of mentality of like secret base in the desert, combined with like urban legend type stuff like Roswell and other like UFO sightings in the desert or whatever. I think the mythos came from that.
Yeah.
And it was all started by Rusty Shackelford.
I don't know who that is, but anything's possible.
Oh, Gribble.
Yeah, he's just quoting freaking King of the Hill.
Oh my god.
If anyone
Welcome to
asks
the podcast, Pastey.
if anyone asks for my name, tell them that you were talking to Rusty Shackelford.
So fucking getting off of the topic of Area 51, we should have done the fucking first second we were even talking about Area 51. To ask a few things, both of
Sure.
you. How was your guys's fucking day? How was your guys's day today?
Yeah.
I mean,
This is how
That was the question.
it's gotten to where.
How's day going? Cool. It's going good. Not very exciting. I woke up. I had some. What did I had? I had a piece of toast and some seaweed sheets for breakfast. Very nutritious. Living the life. And here we are.
Such a
Exciting, Pastey?
What's up?
Are you saying that our podcast isn't exciting?
No. I'm saying what I was. What I did today was not exciting in the slightest.
Yeah. I mean, I understood that. Yeah, freaking.
I was laying down in bed until 2 because I was editing all night since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Dear God.
Cried a little bit. Got to editing. Got a podcast today, so we bought some pizza, some burgers to eat, and then I looked down at my my bank account, and I have $50. I'm just like, I could have been a lawyer, and here I am now.
It's like, oh man,
Oh.
I could have gone into business. The freaking. Oh, speaking of burgers, this is a fun topic. Have you guys heard of or tried the plant-based burger at Burger King?
Oh,
Actually,
the Impossible
yeah.
Burger.
Yes.
Oh, is it any good? I've been meaning to go there, but
I-
Burger King burgers taste like shit, so I just have not.
Oh
gone.
fuck yeah, they do. The vegan burger tastes really good.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
saying out of
For those who don't
experience
know.
that I told you, dingus.
I'm sorry, but
I-
if the burger tasted good, I said yes. Anyway,
but yeah. And-
I actually have eaten a lot of vegan foods because of my friends Alex and Gabriel McCarthy of the Spheres of Compassion boys. They got books and stuff. Anyway, whenever we go to a convention, they just, because they're like legit just 100% vegan. A lot of vegans to eat whenever I go to a con, and they have me like sleep over, and not a lot of it is that bad actually. A lot of it's pretty good. And I had a burger that I had at McDonald's at Burger King actually did taste like the vegan burgers that I had with my friends whenever I go to a con.
yeah, like
So I think that kind of helps it.
yeah, when I was like a couple days ago when I was working, me and my dad got those burgers, and like I gotta say it's not bad. It did taste like a little off, but it almost just tasted like Burger King's way of grilling a black bean burger, if you ever tried those. But
Okay.
yeah, but like in all honesty, I'd get it again. I mean, it's healthy, and like I guess it's like a good thing, I guess, that a lot of these fast food places are switching to that, because like because with that I wanted to transition with that. Like I heard that even KFC is gonna start to do that with their chicken.
Oh, I did see that. They're gonna start doing like vegan, like chicken fingers almost. Like
yes,
I mean,
yeah.
that's good, I guess, but it doesn't really help the issue. It's kind of like if a butcher fucking was selling what would be an equivalent, hemp. I don't fucking know.
It's-
as butchers do, I guess. But
yeah, like you just see like your local butcher just go into his meat locker, and instead of just a whole like frozen cellar full of like hanging cows and pigs, you just see a bunch of bags of like sunflowers and all that. Why is it in a freezer? I don't know.
I was more going for the idea of that he would do something the complete opposite of selling meat, but I mean, fucking weed, I guess. The opposite of weed of meat would be.
You know, I've had hemp juice before.
that's a thing. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a thing.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, surprisingly, like a while back ago, my mom went to the store and she just like found that, and she just gives me like, "Hey, look what I found." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And like, I think like there were like two flavors. There was coconut and I think passion fruit, and I gotta say it's not bad. I didn't know that something like that would exist either.
Yeah, I didn't think hemp was a juiceable plant, but okay.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Like
It tastes good?
it tasted good.
Okay, well, send me some of that shit, and I'll probably I'll review it, as all these nostalgia critic reviewers do. Food.
It's like, hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy, Juice Boy 69 here, and I'm here gonna what is this? I'm gonna review Welch's. What is it called? Wheelches? Yeah. It tastes like grapes.
Just like takes a sip of it. He's like,
just sound like the
Hold on.
vanilla.
just like visions of like mathematics and like juices just fly around his face like this is going.
Yeah, like the
Pomegranate? Is that pomegranate? Yes.
it's like the vanilla tasting dude. It's like all the taste buds, pure vanilla. Like just
I remember that video actually. So okay. Really quick, I wanted to ask about doing a video with a friend.
Hmm?
Very long time. Pasty, you have known Derek for a decent amount of time, correct?
Yeah, I've known him for, oh Jesus Christ, it's got to be like 7 or 8 years now. Yeah.
I've known Silver since like elementary school, like the last years of elementary school. The thing is, what do you think is like, what do you think is the difference between doing a video by yourself and doing one with Derek and Gerber?
So I think the biggest difficulty, and I have really thought about working on like my own videos and what I would want to do with that. But since it's not something that I've really sat down and started filming and working on yet, I think the easiest way I could describe this is in my while streaming. So like over the last couple of months, I've really tried to put a lot into streaming on Twitch, just fill the time because I don't have a job yet. So like while trying to do that, I felt like the biggest thing for me, at least, is the difficulty in not having someone else there to bounce stuff off of, whether you're making a joke or whether you're doing something in a game or you're reacting to something. That lack of that person there does actually make it a lot more difficult and puts a lot more pressure on you to try and be as funny as possible and still trying to keep the same air of making content and keep the same air of like, I guess, the same feeling in the video is the point I'm trying to get at. Whenever we record like a have you heard of video, the reason I feel like they work so well is we're all sitting there watching it for the first time, but any dumb thing that one of us says, the others can bounce on that and build on it or just sit there and laugh at it. And that dynamic is really, really helpful, at least for me, in making videos. So the biggest difference between making a video on my own and... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And then...
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Cut out. I was gonna let you continue, Pastey. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I think for me at least, that's the biggest thing that I would comment on is if I was to make besides like the pure content of the video that'd be different from, like I think like my individual realm of humor sometimes are the things that I would want to talk about in a video on my own. It might be something that's very different from something that we would say, like making the video when we reacted to the Yo-Yo Man, for example. If I was watching that on my own, I'd probably make very different jokes as I hit my microphone with my hand. I'd make some very different jokes if I was watching it on my own than if I was watching it with Gerber and Derek. And I think that goes for like all of us. Like it's much more difficult to do stuff on your own than it is with a room full of people to kind of build up your comedic effect, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, like I agree with all that. That's very true. It does feel like it's a lot more like onto that person if they're doing it alone. Like a lot of the I still like question like how a lot of the really big YouTubers like still do it, you know? Like of course like they always gotta like either plan stuff out or like sometimes they just wing it, but I'm sure it's still gotta add like a lot to them just because they're doing it by themselves.
I think like for you, Silver, when you add into the channel for randomizers, I think that was kind of your starting point to how much better of a content creator all of you as you are separate. And the thing is, you get people that you work off of, and whenever you find somebody that you don't work off of, you amount of existence and Thanos snap them. But when with everybody else, like with Don and Bobby and Alex, who sadly couldn't make it today, I think you well, and it's just that your personality in general is really good.
Well,
whole aspect.
Well, thank you for the compliment, my robot friend.
I cut off again, motherfucker.
Not like that time you were just like glitching a lot, but I understood what you meant. Bro, you need to You need to get better internet. I think it's always like custom for me to say that like for every episode that we record of the podcast. Like it's like, bro, you need a better Wi-Fi, dude.
These days we're gonna get someone respect, and then they're gonna just look at me like I'm a fucking idiot.
I mean, I think like it just adds on to the comedy like we've discussed, but like I think you've at least evolved of what you needed to get, because I remember the beginning when we first started this podcast, when you started to join the podcast with me. Before like all this too, Cake here, like he didn't have like the best microphone either, but now at least he does. But now all that we're worrying about is his connection.
Remember, my shit got, and that's why I had to get a new fucking mic.
That cut you off entirely, but I know what you meant. Yeah, he got his shit stolen.
It was really time to be alive.
That sucks.
Very.
And it sucks too, because I was gonna like do a collab with members that I knew, and I couldn't do it because A, I couldn't record at that time, B, someone took my shit, and C, as the person took my shit, the hurricane fucking do the collab time.
Oh yeah, the hurricane in Florida.
Yeah, it was just a series of unfortunate events starring Peter Griffin himself, Joe Swanson.
Beater Griffin.
Beater Griffin.
Yes.
Yes.
Just so I can't do Patrick Warburton to save my life,
Right.
and I call myself a voice actor.
There was actually a question I was thinking of when we were talking about like Area 51. Do you guys believe in any of like the stuff that like the people like believe in or not, like aliens, ghosts, like the cryptids as they say, or anything like that?
Hold the fucking phone. How did you get voice acting from aliens?
What? No, we were talking. It's because I wanted to go back from when we were talking about Area 51. That's.
I'm just confused.
Now I'm lost. Now what the hell's going on?
Ask your question, Silver.
That's this podcast in a nutshell. Confusing and weird conversations. But do you guys believe in any of that stuff, like aliens, ghosts, cryptids, anything like that?
I mean, so I think there's a lot of mysterious and odd things that science and more or less like our scientific methods have difficulty describing, and by utilizing stuff like conspiracy theories or cryptids or that type of thing is an easy way for people to explain stuff that is difficult to rectify as humans. So I personally don't believe in a lot of that stuff, only because I feel like it's very easy to get caught up in like this web of explaining a bunch of like mysterious animal. A good example would be Sasquatch, instead of it being like funny guy slapped on his fursuit in 1963 and took a quick walk through the woods, as opposed to being like there's a giant 8-foot-tall undiscovered close relative of humans that just happens to live in the woods in friggin' Nevada, but nobody's seen it. But it likes to shit everywhere, and it's got giant feeties. So,
the way you said that, and the way you interpreted that entire sentence, it sounded like Matt Pat. Real quick.
Giant feeties.
So
that's just a theory, a Bigfoot theory.
Oh my god,
that would be great. That would be a good way to go about doing a rip off of Matt Pat. And then what you could end up doing is just filming your own. Like ultimate goal would be film your own Bigfoot video and then mail that to the Pope, much like Matt Pat did with Undertale to the Pope. So I think that's a good idea. Anyone watching this podcast, I definitely would want to push you towards mailing Bigfoot videos to the Pope. So get on that.
Oh my
Don't
god.
do that. Don't do anything that Pastey says. I know that Derek owns this channel now, but just don't do any audience.
It's like, come on.
Just
We gotta
because
make...
Pastey sort of owns us, because Derek owns this. This is the podcast.
Okay.
This is
And cutting off more, my dude.
fucking great.
Imagine just the Pope gets like footage of Sasquatch, and it's just like,
Can we get the Pope on the podcast?
no.
So, Pope Francis, what are your thoughts on that Pat situation? What are you talking about? I don't even know who the fuck this Matt Pat is. Get out of here! You're sugar.
No, I could just imagine just him like talking like just in very short sentences. Where like after asking that question that you just said, all you just hear him say is just, I like Undertale.
He gave me the Undertale. It's a very good game.
And it's like,
And Matt Pat gave the Pope Undertale. That's a legit thing that happened.
Yeah, it's still, again, going back to the point I made earlier. This simulation, it's breaking. It's not. It shouldn't be like this.
It'll be broken when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson becomes president of the United States of America, and we'll have our first pro wrestling president.
Oh boy, Kanye 2028. Who's ready?
oh, do you guys
Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. That was a callback from the first podcast we had from Salty. You fuck.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
Wait.
hear that point. So it's gone full circle. Joke's on you guys. I've been Salty DK Dan this whole time.
just like pulls off mask. Haha.
That's right. I
Salty.
pulled off. Yeah, that's right. It's me, funny YouTuber and gamer, Salty DK Dan. In that order. I tube and I game, everyone. So that's right.
Salty DK Dan. I tube and I game.
All you hear is just like Scooby-Doo music throughout all this. Like,
Wait, we got a copyright strike for that?
no, I was thinking of the more like the older one.
Oh, about a pup named Scooby-Doo.
No,
Literally
not a
the only good time a puppy version or a kid version of a character was good.
Wait,
Alright, but a pup named Scooby-Doo was my shit when I was a
Wait.
kid and I was sick from school.
wait a minute. I was thinking of some... Oh, wait. What was it? Going back to like presidents, because for some reason I just thought of this on my mind. Do you guys freaking remember like all those fake like kind of speculated real like running for president things like Waka Flocka Flame and D's Nuts?
Yeah, I do remember that. Some of my like some of those for me at least are funny, but some of my favorite ones are definitely like the write-in candidates. Like I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Vermin Supreme, who is a legitimate actual candidate that has run multiple years in a row for president. And he wears a boot on his head, and he was advocating for a horse for every American.
What?
I swear,
exactly.
I swear to you, I'm not making this up. This is real.
And like he thinks he's a wizard or whatever the fuck.
He dresses like a wizard. I don't know if he thinks he is.
I know what you're talking.
God.
But yeah, that's Vermin Supreme. I swear to God, he's real. Yeah, he's a lot of them run on like I forget which ticket it is. I don't know if it's like Libertarian or one of those other like smaller parties that like the ticket is Vermin Supreme. Yeah, there's a lot of candidates like that. That's kind of like if any of you guys have seen the thing that Hard Drive Magazine is doing with the Gamer President 2020, which is a Twitter account of
Gamer
this.
President.
Yeah, it's awesome because some of these tweets are literally like, if I was president, I would never have a sex scandal because I've never had sex. Gamer President 2020. Like, and some of these things are just they're very good.
Look out, Nixon.
Gerber to run for president. Fuck it.
Gerber should run for president. Yes, yeah, definitely.
President Gerber. Coffee of Fire Emblem Faith for everyone.
He will fence his way to the top.
That's what
That was a good video.
Very good video. I think my favorite videos from you got day in my life vids.
Yeah, the day in my life videos are, I think, some of my favorite ones. There's something that I think just filming that stuff really captures, and I iterated this in the Q&A video we did, that there isn't really a lot of hyperbole. There's not a lot of like stuff that we're just making up just so it's like funny content. We're more or less, this is like more or less how we interact. So like we'll think of dumb things to do, and like it more or less when we were making these videos, just like, what if we just film it? What if we just film us doing these things? So one that actually while we've been recording this podcast, Derek has been tweeting about. There's a video that we recorded that hasn't been finished yet, in which more or less the bulk of the video is me eating canned bread. I swear to God, this is a real video we filmed, and hopefully it will be out soon. But this is the type of stuff that we do. It's like, we just kind of think of whatever dumb, goofy thing that we wanted to kind of do. Or like, what if we just film it? Like the one that we did about the Suicide Forest 2. We're just like, hey, it's 8 degrees outside. How about we go walk around in the friggin' woods like morons and film ourselves? Like that. There's like a lot of that stuff is just for the moment, just completely, us just going with the flow, just kind of doing whatever. And there's something that I really enjoy. Do it for the vine.
Oh my God.
I mean, really, it does. That mindset at least is how it functions. I mean, really, like there is something that I really enjoy about that, because not only is it like kind of getting like a really good capture of how we just interact, but it's also like it really pushes, I think, our abilities to try and be as funny as possible, because there's nothing for us to rely on except for us like improving stuff if need be.
You guys are very good at improv, and I really like the things that you always do. I love the I don't give a fuck attitude that you guys have. You fuck, and it's always gold, like 100% of the time.
Yeah, I do think definitely I have to say I'm definitely not the best one at improving sometimes. Derek is significantly better at that most of the time. And Gerber as well. But it's something that I think that by making a bunch of videos that we like kind of gotten the hang of, and we could just get into whatever random crap. Like for my I don't know. Like I don't know how sometimes we go off on those little tangents in videos about things that don't apply to anything at all. And it's very, I think there's a lot of entertainment that can be gained from that. I do really enjoy making the videos that I've been in with Derek. It's something that it's really, really fun for me. Like,
oh yeah, and I kind of see that it's like it's the simple thing of just being you, like through these videos, and just do what you normally do, whatever you do to have fun, and filming it onto that, just that could make for really good content. Like a lot of people would love that. It puts smiles on people's faces, just being you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think something that I definitely would want to do like later down the road, kind of like I had mentioned before, is that like making my own videos exploring different topics that definitely like it doesn't fit in with stuff that Derek does. More serious topics covering, whatever is going on at the time, whatever I could think of. That's something that I definitely want to do, but a lot of, I think the stuff that how do I phrase this? Like, there's stuff that I want to work on that definitely doesn't fit in with like the things that are on Derek's channel, but that doesn't mean that I want to stop ever really doing the stuff on Derek's channel. Like it's just so it's fun because I don't really feel like I could just kind of be as goofy for the most part that I would be just like talking in a Discord call like this. Like and that's something that I think is it's rare that we have that ability to do that, and there's anyone in their right mind would want to sit down and watch YouTube videos of that, like it's just something that's so like when you think about it, it's like, for the next 20 minutes you're going to dedicate time to watch 3 people watch a yo-yo tutorial from 1983. Have fun, guys. It's definitely something very very special that I think
I also think
Derek's
it's
managed
just
to do.
because of. I also think it's just due to the fact that when it comes to making videos and stuff like that, because we're so used to like certain groups and like vloggers being trying to get you to do a hashtag or fucking buying their merch or whatever. But with you guys, you just do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget a lot of the time. You do it because it's fun and it's an idea that you want to do. And if you make 100,000 views doing it, okay. If it only makes 10,000 views, it was still fun doing it because you had fun. And that's the important thing about doing YouTube. It's why I've been uploading more shit that isn't just review. Silver does Let's Plays and the podcast and everything. It's just important to understand that having fun on YouTube is the fucking main goal.
Yeah. With that said, make sure you buy Derek's merchandise. He does have it up on Teespring.
Pastey, you piece of shit. Why the fuck did I call you in this? I'm making a good point and you just come here and ruin it. God fucking damn it. Bitch. You stupid bitch.
Well, actually, on like, as you mentioned that, I don't think I've seen yet, but I would actually love to see, like, you guys make t-shirts of, like, just those generic ones that people are starting to make now that I actually, like, really like, where it's just a plain t-shirt, but it has a pocket, and in the pocket you just see, like, one of you guys just sticking out of the pocket.
That is actually a really good idea that I'm actually going to send to Derek, because he's been asking for more merch ideas. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because like
it should be the fucking the one drawing that Derek did where you just go, hey. That one's my favorite. Where it's just
there's some of those frames are just really, the fact that Derek, even with like little goofy designs that he's made for like each of our little things that he's colloquially been calling boy sonas. He calls them little boys, is funny. But the fact that even with the very simple design, he's managed to make some things be that expressive, or things that it's something that I really love about the way that Derek draws the little characters. And I think I definitely agree with you that would be good. Like, I would want to get a sticker of that. I would want to put that on something.
That's fucking great, actually. So, okay, because of the fact that we've had an affiliate of Salties and will be in this podcast, I think we should do a thing whenever they say the word boy from now on, kind of like with the whole penis thing with Alex. We should have, whenever they say that bass sound effect come in whenever they say boy.
Oh god, I know what you're talking about. The freaking Jimmy Neutron thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Oh my god. Eric, whenever you want to come on that podcast, let us know. That sound effect will come out. Anything else you want to talk about, or is everyone busy with things later? Because I got a few things.
I
didn't prepare at all, so might be a little helpful.
None of us did.
But yeah, I mean, if I don't know if you guys have any other questions or anything that, because
you.
Oh, sure.
Wait, what?
Well, Pastey, really quick, what do you think was coming on to the mind of designing one of the boys?
I really didn't understand what you were saying. Could you repeat that?
Sorry. God, I hate my microphone.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Question: the design of the Pastey boy mascot that you have, where does the design come from? Do you have the hoodie and everything, or is it just a design he came up with?
So the way that I'll talk about how we designed it first. So pretty much Derek when he was making them, he more or less was like, oh, I wanna have these little animated clips where, more or less like the idea where all the little characters are sitting around a table. When he first came up with that, he was like, oh, I wanna draw stuff that's kind of representative of kind of like how we look in real life, but not really too literal. So just kind of, pick aspects of something that you would want to have. So for me at the time, I was wearing a lot of beanies and stuff. So I said, oh, a beanie and a sweatshirt, because that was like my usual getup. So Derek had included that. Derek was the one that chose to put the crying, laughing emoji thing on my sweatshirt. That wasn't me. That was Derek.
I was about to say, does he actually have a shirt with the crying, laughing emoji?
So, funny thing is, I actually own a sweatshirt with the crying, laughing emoji on it. It looks exactly the same as the one on the little character. I do genuinely own this. It's something. So, yeah, like that's pretty much how they came about. Like Derek asked us, what are some aspects that you would want to see on your little character, and he, went about and designed it that. I really like those elements because I feel like even though they're not perfectly representative, kind of like I said, the Q&A, I wear glasses all the time, and Derek just didn't add those to my character even though I asked him to. So it's stuff like
are for
that.
Squares, Pastey. You don't. Yeah.
Looks at myself in the mirror. Excuse me.
But
he just looks into the mirror and it's just a raining effect, and he just cries.
yeah, exactly.
All around me are familiar faces.
But yeah, definitely that's where they came from. Same thing with Mikey's little character has like the big glasses. I think those were from an anime. I forget which one. It might have been Gurren Lagann, I think.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
That's like where he got Mikey really likes that. Gerber's has like a little, I think it was like originally a Nightwing logo that Derek kind of made his own on his shirt. It's all stuff like things that we like, things that we would wear. That's pretty much where those.
That he also like kind of my hair, but in real life his hair is like, it's kind of like a crop top.
Who? What?
Gerber. His hair is like kind of like my hair, where it was like kind of
curly.
Gerber used to actually have longer hair like that. When he got back from Japan, his hair was really, really big actually.
Oh.
Yeah. He said that because people in Japan don't really encounter people that have like curly hair like Gerber does. He couldn't find anyone that could really give him a good haircut, so he just kind of like didn't get a haircut for 5 months.
Okay then, so I'm never allowed to visit Japan. Got it.
But yeah, like when he came back, he had really, really long hair. So his character, that is kind of accurate. And like for like, and you've probably seen in the videos, at one point a couple years ago, my hair was really long. I wanted to see what my hair looked like when it was growing out. It was bad. It was bad. So yeah, like that's those little bits of each of us. Derek managed to, I think, really well actually factor into little characters. I really like mine.
It is very nice. I did like how he like did with all of you guys. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quaint.
The rest of the podcast, us just agreeing on Derek's designs of the boys being good.
Can you imagine just like a whole podcast episode of just like agreeing with just shit? Just yes, oh yes,
oh, wonderful.
I perfectly can imagine Derek doing that. I really can, because he really will go out of his way and just like meme to the point in which it's like, all right, Eric, give it a rest. You can stop now. Nah. It's Daniel is a perfect example of this, of Derek's incessant ability to just continually reference something to the point in which it's almost nauseating.
I think Derek's damn Daniel obsession is even longer. our friend Alex's big Chungus obsession a few
Oh
weeks ago.
God. Like, yeah, there's just something about. I mean, it's still really funny. I mean, even earlier today, Derek was uploading ASMR. Damn, Daniel screams at you from the depths of hell. Cool, thanks, Derek. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's not Daniel screaming. It's the man who says "Damn, Daniel." Daniel just walks with his white Vans.
Yeah, that was a real thing that I had to watch with my eyes. So, thanks, Derek. Keep up the great work. But yeah, it is honestly, it is very funny. Is Derek's ability to just kind of like, hey, you remember this thing that was really funny 5 years ago that no one else is really joking about? We're gonna bring it back. No, it wasn't, but it's funny now because Derek's like incessant about it, and that's what I think makes it funny. Yeah. I think a lot of memes are coming back like that. Like a lot of like the 2009.
One of these days, Derek has to fucking get Damn Daniel and interview him.
Awesome. That would be so good.
Awesome.
Holy crap.
My magic, and I'll see if I can get Derek to interview Damn Daniel.
Like, just search him out throughout the internet. Are you the Damn Daniel guy?
It has to be the two dudes. It can't be.
But I can see that though with the memes
Daniel.
though, just because one of my friends, even today, she'll still keep on quoting Dicks Out for Harambe.
Oh my god. Yeah, like there's just something about calling back to, especially memes that are like very out of date, that I think the more and more time passes between them, sometimes the funnier they get.
Yes.
Like I really like 2009 era like Bad Luck Brian memes with like garbage text put over them, like bottom text type of memes.
Yes.
It's so dumb. So dumb that it makes me laugh. Some of my favorite ones are like I'm gonna say the funny word that needs to be censored out or whatever, but one of my favorite ones is this Bad Luck Brian image that just says "goes outside, penis ripped off by penis gnome," and I swear to God, it is just. There's just something about that text combined with that same image that I've seen so much for like 15 years that makes me lose my shit every time I see it. It is just, it's indescribable sometimes, I think, how dumb I am. And it's just, it's stuff like that that really makes me appreciative of how kind of like cyclical internet memes can be. How stuff can come back, or stuff that was really popular months ago on one website will like move to another website and get even bigger, even more popular. A good example I always think of is if any of you guys remember Thanos' car.
Oh my god.
That actually, like months before it was like all over Twitter and all, it was all over Tumblr, which is a website that I still use very frequently. It was there for months, and I was like, this is so stupid. It's not funny, but I see it everywhere. Months later, it came back everywhere else and blew up. Like, there's something that I just find really funny about the internet, that it has its ability to just kind of do that, where it can just.
We're talking about memes. Sorry for cutting you off, Pastey.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
My fucking my favorite meme has to be the steam hams bullshit. There's literally a video that I made. I wanted to come back so bad. Derek could be using his and be bringing back steamed hams, but he wants to bring Damn Daniel. That just makes me angry. But anyway, there was this one video that I made of steamed hams where as a Johnny Test episode, not just with the whip sound effects, but I tried to find like as many like sound cues as possible. I had the screen and I worked my ass off to get everything working, but I couldn't find the certain sound cues because the problem of them fucking talks all the goddamn time. But even then, I found as much necessary sound effects that I needed for the good, and I got a few 6,000 views because of it. It's just like still my highest rated viewed video on my second channel. It's just so ridiculous. I edited it like a Johnny Test episode, and I felt so dirty doing it, but it was so fucking great. It was so worth it.
I mean, me and my friend Alex still quote steamed hams in our Mega Man playthrough. Like, there's there is this one side character that shows up that like his name just sounds close to this, but we just call him Aurora Borealis.
And Boreal, right?
Yeah, wait. I think his name was like Professor Boreal, so we just call him Aurora Borealis. So every time we just keep quoting that. But it's a good meme. It's a good meme.
Yeah,
If you're watching this, just bring back steamed hams, please. Don't stop focusing on Dan Daniel.
Steamed hams remastered.
Steamed hams remastered. Ooh, yeah. Imagine a remaster of that, like a 4K rip of the steamed hams episode. That's something I would want to see.
Right.
I would. That's
Anime
right.
fans
Matt Groening, get on that.
60 frames per second.
Oh man. I mean, is okay. Well, is there anything else that we could talk about, or would that?
Not really sure. I'm pretty sure that for today.
Because nonetheless,
We could talk about the Pro Jared situation.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like I said before, I don't know enough that I don't want to say something that's like blatantly false or blatantly wrong.
Yeah, and this was honestly like my first time hearing that like more stuff about him came up.
Yeah, like so
More shit came out, so it's not. Let's just end it here, folks.
I mean, if there isn't anything else, like it was fun though. This was a fun.
podcast.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
It was really fun having you, Pastey. Like, if you ever, oh, there's my dog.
Sanchez.
If any, like, if ever a time that you'd want to come back, just let us know. It was really fun having you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Yeah, by all means.
What?
One of these days we have to get everyone in the podcast, like Derek, Gerber, and us with Bobby and Alex, just to make it a giant clusterfuck.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be so good.
But it'd be hard to like for everyone to like speak.
Yeah, like I mean, I think I at least know with Gerber and Derek, I found a good like there are good ways in which we don't stumble over each other. Like it kind of just flowing well, but like. In any group call, it doesn't matter like how well you synergize with each. It's gonna be hell getting 6 people to talk. So that would be interesting to do as a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's why we have to do it. You're gonna sign us out, big big boy.
So, Pastey, before we end the podcast here, though, is there anything that you'd like to plug in for the audience that I can also put into the description as well?
Oh, sure. So if you haven't caught on by now, I'm on Derek's Discord, on Derek's friggin' YouTube channel. So subscribe to Derek's YouTube channel if you don't already. That's Salty DK Dan. You've probably seen some of his stuff before. Whatever. I also stream on Twitch a lot. That's whatever the hell my Twitch name is. One sec. It's Sancto Klinga is my name of my Twitch. It's the same as my Twitter which Val probably in the below part, whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's really it. I don't have anything else that I do on my own. So yeah, shout out to Derek for enabling me to do online BS. Hell yeah.
I think you're really good at what you. I'm gonna ask you to be on this podcast, even if you didn't know Derek.
Oh,
you guys
well,
are just
thank you.
Too cool.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much.
Something too before we leave.
If
I could plug something too before we leave. Series of reaction review bullshits. So be excited for that. And I'm finally gonna go back to doing reviews. So that's good.
Nice.
If I'm going to say anything else, please subscribe to the Froyo Bros. Do it now.
What the we still need to get them on the podcast, but John, calm down. John, go back in your cage. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, all right. Hope you all have a good one. Thank you again, Pastey, and we'll
Yeah,
see.
no problem.
And we'll see you all in the next episode of the Randomizers podcast. Later, everyone.